As the DRF strengthens its role in Jamaica and the Caribbean as a public interest organization promoting justice reform, it also continues to promote arbitration as a valuable option in the multi-door justice system. DRF's association with the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Caribbean branch points directly to the kind of impact they choose to have in ADR practices.
Arbitration and mediation are tools of alternate dispute resolution. They employ different skills. Basically, arbitration is almost like a judicial process in that a problem comes before an arbitrator or a panel of arbitrators, and they're asked to rule on whether something is correct or incorrect based on the rules that are put before them. Mediation basically is where you try and facilitate a resolution. You're not going to say whether somebody's right or somebody's wrong, or a situation is right or a situation is wrong. You're really employing skills that will allow the individuals or the parties to hear each other and come to their own resolution based on the circumstances. The Chartered Institute of Arbitrators is an organization that's been in existence for close to 100 years. It is the gold stamp, if you will, on arbitration with respect to qualifications and also in terms of practice for the practitioner. The Dispute Resolution Foundation has partnered with the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators in an effort to bring a wider choice of dispute resolution services to the country and to the region. What it means is that the Dispute Resolution Foundation, Jamaica, and the practitioners here in the country and in the region have access to quite a number of cases, have quite a number of practitioners, and any problems that may come about that you need help with. The Chartered Institute of Arbitrators is there to assist. So it is quite a resource for the practitioner and for the foundation.
We are standing here in front of head office on Camp Road, where practically every day inside of this building, which was once the gun court, there is ADR training or mediation sessions taking place. But as you heard earlier, this is just one of 18 service points. The whole purpose of the introduction of ADR in Jamaica is to ensure that the entire island can access the DRF services, because the objective is to solve problems and create positive changes. In fact, the DRF wants to be seen as the first choice and not a last resort. Let us take a closer look at one of the centers that was set up to meet the needs of the people in surrounding volatile communities.
The Spanish Town Peace and Justice Center was established in 2006, September. This was necessary because we found that Spanish Town and St. Catherine in general was lacking the services of the Dispute Resolution Foundation, even though in prior years we would have trained a number of mediators before. And with the escalation in crime and violence in Spanish Town and its environs, we saw and felt it necessary to have a physical presence here in Spanish Town, and especially reaching out to our young persons. And so in 2005, we had, under the CEDA Gender Equity Project, we trained at least, we trained 50 mediators and sensitized over 225 persons in conflict resolution, conflict management, and mediation. And then we found that the demand for services was increasing, and then we sought to establish and open the Peace and Justice Center here in Spanish Town. The response to our presence here is overwhelming. We don't have, as it were, hands and feet enough to service the entire populace here.
Through the various service points and working directly with other concerned agencies, the well-being of youth at risk has always been on DRF's agenda. As the need increased for more attention to be given in this area, the foundation answered the call and focused on a specific program targeting youth with the hope to mitigate the impact of disputes and violence on them. So youth-friendly centers were established, and one strategy was to incorporate youth facilitators who would understand more clearly various scenarios that these young people would encounter, and of course provide a more comfortable setting for young people to express themselves and communicate more openly. One of DRF's successful youth program is the School's Suspension Program.
So it was conceptualized here. And what we do is to indicate to the schools that once you have students who have been suspended, whether for a day, 3 days, a week, or sometimes they may be indefinite, send them to us instead of having them at home, because we found that they were going home and going back into the institution after the suspension the same way they came out, or maybe even worse. They're at home, they're not supervised, parents have to go to work, and they end up getting into other activities that they need not be involved in. So we thought that it was a good idea to know, because they're suspended most times for antisocial behavior disruption, that kind of thing. And it is as a result of not being able to manage their conflicts that they have to face. And so we have established that where they come to us, and for those days that they're with us, we pass on to them conflict management, anger management, rapport building, self-esteem building, all of these things. And we engage the services of other agencies and other professionals.
The role of the Dispute Resolution Foundation is to say it's an important role is an understatement. It provides an alternative dispute resolution arena for a number of areas. You have the social conflict area, you have the commercial area, you have the judicial area, anything to do with dispute resolution. The Dispute Resolution Foundation is there and does help. After 17 years, it has moved from a small organization to over 18 service points throughout the country. In addition to that now, we also have trained a number of other countries within the region. We've gone to St. Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad, Guyana, and also with their partnership with the Chartered Institute. As the Chartered Institute grows in the Caribbean region, you'll find the DRF popping up as well to assist in mediation. For instance, we're in St. Lucia at the moment, we're in Barbados at the moment, we're in Trinidad at the moment, and and the Bahamas as well. So within the actual region, you can see the Chartered Institute growing, and at the same time, they're asking for the services of the Dispute Resolution Foundation. So as far as that goes, it's a win-win situation.
The work and impact of DRF's tireless promotion of ADR practices in Jamaica and the region was quite evident at its 5th Caribbean Conference that was held in April 2011. DRF welcomed the participation and interest of the regional and international representatives. The interaction only further underlined what could be achieved with the right collaboration and the possibilities to be sustained with shared vision.
What we recognized is that networking and knowledge sharing, continuous learning are critical to the work we're doing together. Our very first conference was held at Michael College. Some of these sessions were held under the trees at Michael College. We had our international presenters under trees with our local participants. At the last conference, we had Caribbean representation, South Africa, UK, USA, Canada. So we were really stretching. And what came out of it is that at least 2 strong territories in the region who are themselves really advancing their ADR agenda have asked us to turn this into a conference that travels through the region, and perhaps to look at it more as an international conference and not only a regional or Jamaican conference. It's fantastic to see, along with other regional jurisprudence that's developing, this call it track 2 negotiation and diplomacy that's going on as we interact about issues of joint concern, you know, and of common interest. And there's a lot of variation, but there's a lot in common. And I think I was really inspired by the participation.
Yes, it has been over a decade and much has been accomplished. But the team at DRF and its partners have not become complacent because there is so much more to be achieved. With the DRF's unrelenting pursuit for long-term change, and as societies across the region continue to embrace the concept of ADR, the impact of its consistent application will be successfully experienced for generations to come.
We want to be the go-to organization in Jamaica and in the region when people need information or services related to resolving disputes, peacemaking, track 2 work, arbitration, and just the things that underpin a healthy, vibrant democracy within a country that can actually be what it is that we have said Vision 2030 is. And we have embraced Vision 2030 as the driver, as well as the Millennium Development Goals as underpinning considerations in our idea that we can work it out.
We have started down a path that can only lead to success. The way we're going to proceed and get to that successful point is if everybody jumps on board. It's not just about the practitioners, it's about the people, it's about the litigants, it's about the parties. The more people understand that there are other ways to resolve their issues other than going to trial, the more likely it is that we'll have less problems. It's very important we move forward in this way.